It's only 36 hours since the lockdown has been imposed. And therefore now we have come with a package which will immediately take care of the concerns, the welfare concerns of the poor and suffering workers and those who need immediate help.
This was the first of many such press conferences and was aimed at offering support to the poor and the economically super vulnerable. The package and offer included cash transfers worth 31,000 crores into the Jan Dhan accounts of women, the aged and the disabled, and 5 kgs of free rice or wheat and pulses for 3 months to 80 crore beneficiaries. It also involved the government paying EPF contributions for 3 months for a select few and free LPG cylinders to 8 crore poor households.
This Prime Minister Garib Kalyan scheme that we want to come out with is expected to meet a total of 1,70,000 crores.
But by May, the original 3-week lockdown had been extended 3 times. And with India heading into lockdown 4.0, came another stimulus package and another mantra.
Essentially, this is to spur growth and to build a very self-reliant India. And that's where this whole initiative is called as AATMANIRBHAR Abhiyan. And the word Atmanirbhar India is the one which you will be hearing me say quite often.
Details emerged over the following 5 days, and by the 17th of May, we had the first Atmanirbhar Bharat package. It was envisaged at 11 lakh crore rupees, and while it included some direct cash support, it was comprised mainly of loans and loan guarantees and headroom for states to borrow more. Mathematically, clubbed with the 8.01 lakh crore rupees of liquidity relief already provided by RBI and the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana announced in March, the government had announced a 21 lakh crore rupees stimulus package.
The way this is being counted is being given to you accurately. There is a mix of fiscal impulses and liquidity provision, and almost every country in the world counts it this way.
Some of the features of Atmanirbhar Bharat 1.0 included an emergency credit line guarantee scheme for MSMEs and businesses worth 3 lakh crore rupees, an infrastructure fund for agriculture to the tune of 1 lakh crore rupees to be raised by NABARD, liquidity infusion of 90,000 crores for DISCOMs, and a 70,000 crore rupee fund of funds to support MSMEs, and special liquidity schemes and partial credit guarantees for housing finance companies and MFIs worth 75,000 crore rupees. The FM ended the announcements with a hint that more relief may be offered.
So there are enough such money which is going, not adequate, I grant it. Oh, finance minister said enough money is going. No. I'm not saying there's enough given. But yes, we are doing that too.
The relief package also brought with it critical reforms like ration card portability under One Nation, One Ration Card by March 2021, commercial mining in coal sector with 50 blocks to be offered immediately, and a hike in the FDI cap for defence manufacturing. It also incentivized states to implement reforms with a higher borrowing cap. Many of the clauses in the 3 farm laws that are currently in the eye of the storm were also part of these reform announcements, as was a new public sector enterprise policy that promised to change the landscape of corporate India.
So if a sector is notified, and in that if there are 10 public sector enterprises, either they will be merged together or they will be brought together in such a way that they are only 4 or lesser. So there won't be mushrooming public sector enterprises in those notified strategic sectors.
But by September, the government was looking at an actual cash outgo of less than 1 lakh crore rupees. As per the first supplementary demand for grants, the government provided 40,000 crores for Manrega, 31,000 crores for direct benefit transfer to women Jan Dhan account holders, 2,800 crores to be distributed to the aged and disabled, and 10,000 crore rupees towards food subsidy for the distribution of free grains, among others. In October, to boost festive season demand, Atmanirbhar Bharat 2.0 offered perks to central government employees to spend more on consumer durables and urged higher capital expenditure by both the centre and the states. And on the 12th of November came Atmanirbhar Bharat 3.0. The government calculated an additional spend of 2.65 lakh crore rupees under the new package, of which production-linked incentive schemes were estimated at 1.46 lakh crores. Without the PLI scheme, additional expenditure stood at 1.19 lakh crores, the lion's share of which went to additional fertilizer subsidy. But this was actually arrears already due. It also comprised 18,000 crores in additional spend towards the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana for urban India. In addition, the government expanded the emergency credit line guarantee scheme to cover 26 stress sectors and extended it till March 31st, 2021. This was to disburse the unused amounts under the original 3 lakh crore rupee allocation. Further, it launched the Atmanirbhar Bharat Rozgar Yojana, under which the government would pay EPF contributions for first-time employees recruited between October 2020 and June 2021 for the next 2 years.
I just give you a quick back of the envelope calculation. You may go back, do your homework and come back to cross-question us. You're welcome. Total of 15% of the GDP is what has been given here as stimulus till today. Total of 15% of the GDP. You may divide that between the government and the RBI. Never mind. Just the government, 9% of the GDP.
In New Delhi, Sapna Das.